Good morning. It's going to be another day where it's going to be mostly me. I'm sorry for another Keith heavy episode. Sally's still sick. She's coming out with me though, because we are going to Loch Ness and Culloden, and she didn't want to miss Loch Ness. So she's being a trooper and going and coming along. It's really cold outside, as you can tell. I'm just warming up the car right now, and just got to scrape the ice off it. Not a bad issue to have though. At least it's not hot like it is back home. And there's Sally in the car. She's coming along, but she probably won't be in the vlog much. Alright, once I'm done this, I'm just going to hit the road. Before we go to Loch Ness, our host told us about this place called Rogie Falls, and we thought we'd check it out. He said sometimes you can see salmon jumping here, so let's hope so. It's a pretty full-on waterfall. You can go to that suspension bridge, is what we'll go to. And now we're learning about the salmon's tail. Hopefully we get to see some salmon. This bridge is so slippery, I'm like skiing on it. I don't think I like it though. Well, we're at the waterfall, Rogie Falls. Trying to see if we can see any salmon jumping in the water though. It says they jump in the black water. Just waiting for the salmon. Still waiting for the salmon. I don't think any salmon are going to show up. It might be too cold. I don't know if salmon show up in cold weather. The host said there should be salmon, but I guess we'll keep waiting. Any salmon over this side? No salmon. Still waiting for those salmon. Still no salmon. Tried many different angles. Went up the stream, down the stream. There's no salmon here yet. Still waiting for the salmon. Still waiting for the salmon. That side's less slippery. I've got the camera on so everyone can see me fall again. Ah! Just gonna set the camera up here. 24-hour salmon cam. Maybe this angle's better. Then we'll zoom in. Any salmon? No, I don't think we're going to see any salmon. We might have better luck seeing the Loch Ness monster.
Nessie!
Yeah, maybe we have more luck seeing that. So we're going to go to Loch Ness now. Yeah, we spent ages waiting and they don't even jump in the winter apparently. I never claimed to be an expert. Okay, we made it to the Loch Ness Exhibition Centre. It's really sunny all of a sudden. There's like hardly any clouds in the sky. It's probably the first time I've seen that. Even when we've had sun, it hasn't been like no clouds in the sky. So it should be a nice day, especially to see a big loch. We're going to go into the exhibition centre, I guess. We weren't really sure where we had to go here because the loch's so big. I don't know if you sort of rock up and look at it. So we navigated to the exhibition, and surely that'll tell us where to go see things and maybe where to see Nessie. We found the Loch Ness monster. They caught it, yeah, Nessie, and they put it in the exhibition centre. Ah, there's bones up there. Not real bones, obviously. We're underwater now. Just walking through the exhibition, learning all about Loch Ness and, I don't know, the monster. Not very exciting in here. How did you find the exhibition?
It's okay. It's interesting.
It was an interesting exhibition for like the facts that you had in there of like the actual loch and all the cool like, yeah, there's a Nessie there. All the cool like science that they're doing to study it, and all the, I thought the sediment thing was interesting, where they were digging up the sediment and finding out about the past, and then they just like disproved the myth of the Loch Ness monster, basically saying why all the sightings were fake. Felt like really dated technology in there. That's alright. I'm just gonna look at the shop and then go see the actual loch. This is Urquhart Castle on Loch Ness. the lady said you get a really good view of Loch Ness from it, but we didn't particularly feel like spending £9 to go down in there because it's kind of a small castle, and you get a pretty good view of it from here. But yeah, that's it, and that's out there looking out over Loch Ness. We might see different views of Loch Ness as we continue up the road because we have other things we want to do as well. But we saw it. No monsters. Monster cam. No monsters. Okay, so we've arrived at the Culloden Moor battlefield. We're just about to go into the information centre and we'll tell you more about it later. Sally's really cold. Excuse the audio in the background of the poorly acted voices debating war. This is a really cool looking sword. It's in really good condition.
That will be fatal. We should be caught.
So many weapons. And these shields actually have evidence of being used in battle. Don't know if you can ever see it through the glass on this camera. There's like little scratches and dents on it. So, would have been from a sword. And this shows how the armies were set up. Which is pretty interesting that they had that kind of detail to show us. Maybe you should take your gloves off so you can pick it up.
No, I mean, it doesn't move.
Oh, I thought you couldn't do it with your gloves. Is it heavy? I'm gonna try pick it up. It is kind of heavy.
Dead.
We're out in the battlefield walking past all the headstones of all the clans who participated in this battle. It's kind of eerie. It's kind of eerie that it decided to snow. And here we are at the memorial stone of the Battle of Culloden. All the names of the clans on this as well?
No,
or is it the stones out there?
Stones out there.
Yeah, the ones I was looking at before. Alright, so the battery is flashing. So we're about to run out of battery and it's starting to snow and it's really cold out here. So we're going to make this really quick. We're at the Battle of Culloden site, which is probably the final battle of the Jacobite uprising, I guess you'd call it. Happened on the 16th of April 1746, and it was fought between the Jacobites who were supporting Bonnie Prince Charlie and the English, and basically they were just trying to get him back on the throne. I think it was him, I think it was his father trying to get back on the throne. I think he was fighting for his father, but they were trying to get a Stuart king back on the throne after they'd sort of been deposed. Most of the army was made up by Scottish Highlanders, but not all of them, and that's why it's kind of important here, because it also ended sort of the Scottish Highland culture as well, because the English really cracked down on it, and obviously they lost the battle. So over here is like the discovery centre that we're in, and it's closer to the English side of the battlefield. Along here there's all these red flags that are symbolising where the English stood. There's a big line, so we're sort of looking out over the field, and it's really hard to see in the distance, but there's blue flags which is saying where the Jacobites were, and this is sort of like where they were standing. Okay, back in the warmth of the car now. I got cut off mid speech back there, which is probably a good thing because I probably ramble on a bit and it made it a bit more concise. I think we've got a new battery in the camera now, so now I can talk forever, but I won't. I just wanted to say two more things actually about it. I was going to say that 1,500 of the Jacobites died there, which are in the battle, which I thought was interesting. And the final thing on it was that you may know of this battle site from the TV show Outlander, which is where Sally knows most of this history from, and now she knows a bit more about it. Oh, that just scared me because a little bird just jumped right on the car as I was speaking. I was like, what the hell? If that's what startled me. Hello, little guy, you can't stay there forever, I'm about to go. He doesn't care. He's just... Is it the same one that was there when I was in the parking lot? I think he's following me. It's the same guy. Anyway, TV show Outlander or books gives a somewhat of an overview of the whole thing because it's set in the same time period. You haven't seen it, see it. I think we're just going to head back to our Airbnb now. It's probably going to get dark soon, and yeah, that'll probably be the end of our day. Not quite end of the day. We also got our pin badge from here. We hadn't found one for Scotland yet. It's a little Highland cow. Thought that summarises Scotland pretty well. Those cows are really cool. And that will probably actually end our vlog for today as well. So I hope you enjoyed following our adventures here in Inverness, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Ending?
Yeah.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
Bye.